Hey guys, welcome to another deep playthrough on the channel. Control PC version maxed out graphically with ray tracing enabled on a 280 Ti 9900k PC that I built quite a while ago, and I didn't really have any chance to test its limit, so to say, except for with Metro Exodus maybe. So I'm really glad that now, like a decent implementation, or at least a game that is supposed to have like a good implementation of ray tracing has been released, and not just any game. It's from Remedy Entertainment, one of my all-time favorite developers, creating, of course, the Max Payne series. After that, the Alan Wake series. After that, the Quantum Break game, which is a bit reminiscent to this game. But in the pre-release footage, I actually didn't like Control that much. The square office building like environments, it didn't appeal to me at all. But I decided to bite the bullet anyways. I could obtain a relatively cheap game key. And I play tested it like 10 minutes or something. And immediately, what I actually was also expecting, despite the pre-release footage not really appealing to me, Remedy did not disappoint. It's amazing. I've hardly touched it, but still I already got pretty much into the vibe. Despite the art design with all the weird colors, sci-fi thing, that's usually not really my preference, but still, it's really cool, I think. So really looking forward. Let's run quickly through the options. Gameplay, this is all default. Then we go to controls. I will be using a controller, Xbox 360 controller on the PC. Audio, everything maxed. I have headphones on, so let's switch to that. Mute copyrighted music. I could do that maybe for the YouTube uploads. If I get like a lot of copyright strikes, I will maybe consider it. But for now, I will just keep it as is. Display, everything max, so full screen. There's only one thing I would have liked to do. I have a capture card that is capable of recording 4K HDR. But there's actually one thing. The game doesn't have HDR, which I find quite of a letdown. But yeah, it is what it is. And 4K, really, the frame rate really drops to sub 30. So I am settling now for 1440p. So everything is maxed out. So I don't have DLSS, which makes it a bit more less sharp in my book. I could do 4K DLSS, but I think it's more or less the same as native 1440p I would expect. VSync I do through the control panel. Brightness I keep it now a bit default. Quality preset high, so everything is to the utmost right setting, being the highest. And ray tracing also everything maxed out. So that is about the graphics. So unfortunately not 4K 60, but 1440p 60, but with ray tracing and all the bells and whistles on. Interface, I really dislike over cluttered HUDs, so I will minimize it as much as possible. No subtitles, speaker name, nope. Sign translation overlay, nope. Crosshair, I do need it in a third person shooter. Ammo bar, low ammo, mission overlay, loot drop icons, all that crap, all disabled. Item pickup notifications, health and energy bars, friendly health bars, enemy health bars. Target indicator. I'm really happy they gave the option to disable it, because I despise the trend in gaming, modern games, of like continuous hand holding via the HUDs. Totally making that your primary focus almost. And putting the beautiful game world, the immersiveness of the often very intricately detailed game worlds put them to the background. I really don't understand it. So HUDs for me are, if possible, always a no-go. And here we go, guys. There's no difficulty selector in this game. So, alright, standing still is not advisable, is what they said.
This is gonna be weirder than usual.
At least I'm not able to put it to the hardest difficulty setting and having such a gruesome time as I had in Gears 5, like the previous playthrough. There's no insane difficulty mode in this game. So hopefully
I shut you out sometimes.
That will allow me to enjoy the story a bit more.
From you. It's just that I get my hopes up. So many times it's led to nothing. I found nothing. It's like we live in a room and there's a poster on the wall. We stare at it and we think that's the whole world. The room and the poster. The picture's something nice. A landscape, a famous person. Like in that movie, what is it called? The prison movie. The room's a cell, and the picture, it's different for each of us. It can be beautiful or terrible, but we're all transfixed. But it's all a lie. Something to distract us from the truth. They're lying to us. We're lying to ourselves. The room's not the world. The world is much bigger and much stranger. There's a hole hidden behind that poster that leads to the real world. We all feel safe in that room. But sometimes something crawls out from behind the poster. And the ones that see it happen freak out and try to forget what they saw. I'm here. Why did you bring me here?
No idea. But hello? I do know that the ray tracing is amazing. Check out, for instance, over there, the red dots on the floor being reflections of those exit signs. Really cool. It's really like, if you're used to it, if you saw it ray tracing you, it's hard to go back. I playtested this game a bit, and then I went back to Gears 5, finishing the playthrough, and I really had a hard time adjusting, because with ray tracing on, the image is so much more rich. It's so much more coherent. Indeed, colors that flow into each other a bit through the lighting and reflection. It's way less gamey. It's amazing. So I am looking forward with what we will encounter. Anyways, we are in Federal Bureau of Control, United States of America. Ingenio Investigatio Imperium. Right, not really sure what that means. Ingenio, I invent and I investigate the empire. Or something like that. Here we go. Too bad I cannot remove stuff like that, but those button objective indicators. Ah, I can grab it probably. Can I also see it? Certain objects are not allowed inside the bureau. Recent incidents have necessitated an issued reminder on prohibited materials. Unauthorized weapons, pagers, laptops, smartwatches, smartphones, smart gaming devices, anything smart, number 2 pencils, any object considered iconic representation of an archetypal concept, e.g. rubber ducks, ketchup bottles. All material on the bureau investigation is to be brought in through the private entrance. If you see any lobby personnel in breach of these policies, please notify your supervisor immediately. Alright, that's a nice collegial atmosphere that will flourish in this company. Like, immediately read out any infractions to the supervisor of the employee concerned. I find that a bit weird always. Check out those cigarettes. They're way too big for her, right? They're almost like cigars. It's almost like a pack of milk. Size of it. It should be half as big. Oh, and also the telephone. Way too big, right? Telephone is like almost twice her size of her head. Really weird. Alright, let's get cracking. So we are in like a totally empty building, which is a bit weird in itself, of course. And this actually is what I didn't really like these super boring squarish environments. But it will probably be super cool. Alright, this is a kind of a transportation system. Why can't I immediately read it? What's up with that? What button is that? Staffing, surveillance, data, expenditure summary, executive sector Q2, major expenditure, staffing, surveillance, data center initiative, construction, minor office equipment, janitorial cost, mold removal, HQ, livability cost. For cost breakdown spreadsheet, see page 5 for 5-year comparison chart, see page 9. By order of Director Zachariah Trench, FBC, Federal Bureau of Control, Accounting Departments. Alright, I would like to have the button that immediately...
This seal. I saw it a long time ago. I keep seeing it in my dreams.
Alright, that's a bummer. Why the hell can't I immediately, if I pick something up, which will happen more often, immediately read the collectible instead of getting first to a menu? Also very, very unimmersive. Head of Research, Casper Darling. Our bureau at work. And Zachariah Trench, the director. Alright, we can go over there. It's green. What can
Federal Bureau of Control. All these years I've been looking for them and they were hiding in plain sight.
Let's first check over here. Nope. It's just a toilet. Alright, regular office buildings. Remember to wash your hands. Delays caused by house shifts do not count towards overtime. Reminder to all staff, food left in the refrigerating containment break room 3B has been known to vanish. Plan accordingly. Acoustic guitar for sale. Turns out it's pretty hard. If interested, see Guy in maintenance. See Greg in maintenance. Let's say hi and welcome to some new people in the oldest house. Alright, offers rules of conduct. Speak in moderate volume, no personal calls, no food or drink around bureau documents or in the copy room, no using the photocopier for personal projects, or the 3D printer, or the bureau stationery. Wear access badge at all times, no discussing confidential projects out loud. The one to finish the coffee pot makes a new one. Be sure to wash hands carefully with soap. Make sure to wash all fingers, nails, palms, backs, wrists. Rinse thoroughly and dry carefully. Alright. Confidential report just on the printer. Pretty cool lighting. Looks pretty realistic. Although it also looks a bit grainy, but that's probably because I have the film grain on. But I will just leave it as I think the developers intended it. Can't find your office? Watch your step. Rangers from security department. Anyways, this will also be, I forgot to mention. I'd like to, there is some slowdown in like the particles or... this will be a deep playthrough, and deep meaning I will try to do the side missions, if any. I will try to hunt for collectibles, checking out a bit of the lore, so it will not be like the quickest way from A to Z. It will really be to try and take as much of the game experience in as possible. Really weird. They have like super... I wonder which year this is, because this is all super outdated technology. Ah, I have to hold the button, then I can immediately access it. Federal Bureau of Control, attention, all blah blah blah. A shark in his, although secure, permission to following base protocol, shoot to kill. Good luck. Alright, that was pretty... blacked out. Not sure what that was about. Seek shelter. And apparently the tooltip said if fighting erupts, movement is the key. His life is in your hands. Let's work hard. Everyone's safety depends on you. Alright. Federal Bureau of Control, hello. As you all should know by now, the R4 reports are due by the end of the week. We're still waiting on them from a number of people. If you need an extension, please request form rv.e from your supervisor. If you think you're exempt from filing an R4, then you'll need to get written permission from your department chief saying so. Remember, R4s are mandatory under section 75.2 of the employee manual. If your R4 requires interdepartmental claims, then please contact the appropriate department head, Dr. Darling, Marshall, Salvador, or Kirklund, as needed. They'll be busy on Thursday in their annual policy review, so please schedule accordingly. Best your admin team. Man, what an annoying company this looks like. A bit much bureaucracy. Reporting your colleagues, doing all kinds of forms. These are those transportation capsules.
Hey, excuse me.
There you are. You are here about the job. janitor's assistant. You need to go to the interview. Go that way to the elevator.
Thanks. Elevator that way. Got it.
Very good. I'm Ahti, the janitor, by the way. You'll work for me. You can say I sent you. If they don't hire you, then you are no helvet. There be work for the axe. Take them behind the sauna, jumalauta.
I've done enough night shift loner jobs to know it makes us come off weird. Ahti the janitor is a friendly face in my book.
Better than somebody with no face at all. Think about it. No face.
But that said, I know what you're thinking. If there's an axe murderer around, that's him.
Yeah, true. Pretty freaky. Game about secret agents. Game. Can't I just walk past him? This is where... Eh? Sorry guys, but... I have a hard time orientating myself. Because we end up suddenly... Eh? This is like a wall, right? We end up in the same place where we came from. Which I find a bit weird. Here. This is where we went in. Alright, so this... Unless I'm like... totally missing something. No, I came from that red carpet area and we walked, that was over here, and we walked like... Yes, I was commenting on the old technology. And we had something over here, a goodie. His life's in your hands. We were just checking it all out. Jane Smith. These were the capsules. And now suddenly we are like walking further along and we are at exactly the same area where we started the game. So that's a bit weird. Although the pictures are different. Or not. Casper Darling. No, maybe he was there already. Yes, and Zachariah. But the picture of the dudes, of the janitor dudes, of the bureau at work is not here anymore. I find it highly suspicious. Everything taken together. Alright, let's take the elevator, right?
The cell and the poster. I was 11 years old the first time I saw behind the poster. They told me I imagined it. I've been trying to pull it down ever since. Will you help?
Alright, freaky.
Did I lose you there for a moment? You know what's on my mind. My baby brother, Dylan. 17 years since the men of this bureau took him.
They took her brother, goddammit. Oldest house, discovered 1964. I think we are now in the oldest house. Alright, anyways guys, I do think it's still during the work week, so I will make it a short episode. Going forward, I think I will make them a bit longer, because the file sizes are actually not that big compared to, for instance, Gears of War, where I had like 4K HDR files. Or did I? Yeah, I had 4K HDR. Here it's simply 4040p SDR, so I can really make the episodes a bit longer, although I am aware of the fact that longer videos, yeah, people don't really like it. But for me, to game through, it's way more immersive instead of having to stop and start the recording every half hour. So I will probably do it like 45 minutes or an hour episodes, but not this first one, because I have to hit the sack. And I'm not the sharpest tool in the shed at all currently. But I at least thought to already bite off the first piece. At least get the playthrough going. Then this week after work I will do some episode. But I will really start doing some major progress in the weekend. So, but that's still a couple of days away. Anyways, hope you enjoyed. If you did, please leave a like or maybe even a subscribe. And for the hope to see you in the next episode. And for the meantime, do not forget to always keep on gaming. See you later.